We don't need our best defender to pattern West Ham. No offense, but we don't.
Well, I'm not being funny, but Brighton are a better team than you, and we just went and rolled them over. So, you know what I mean?
The love it did.
I mean, technically, based on last year, he's not wrong, to be fair. But yeah,
Brighton right now are a better team than Liverpool. Don't get gassed up because you got some minute winner against Newcastle. You just sat there and said how, we wasn't good and this was shaky and this was bad. Okay. You've not been looking convincing this season. What I'm saying is
we've only played fucking 3 games, and for most of them, we've had 10, 11 men on the pitch. Calm down. You bald fraud. Don't start getting piping up here and chatting.
I'm piping, man. I'm piping. The pipe's coming out.
I'm not on the barbecue, bro. Today we're good. We're eating good food today. Do you get me? Like Liverpool, a lot of yous are writing us off from the start of the season. And then when we pop up against Newcastle, where you're writing us off again, we've just proven more people wrong. I'm fine with that.
I didn't write you off. I was bigging up Liverpool. In fact, you've proved me wrong because I had you second. You ain't touching second. You ain't going nowhere near second.
Who's touching second, Lawless?
Well, right now, as it stands,
Dad, what you doing, man? What you doing?
As it stands, look at the table, and let's be real. I got to say, I think we're proving a lot of people wrong. And I think there's a few people with egg on their face right now.
You included?
Why have I got egg on my face?
Because you was the guy that was wanting to throw fucking Moyes under the bus a couple of weeks ago, and all of a sudden he's the Messiah all over again. He is literally risen from the dead in your eyes, and now it's like Easter Sunday all over. Allow it. You know for a fact that you've got a little bit of egg on your face. Eat that humble pie, brother.
No.
You've got to admit that you're wrong.
You got to respect Lawless. You got to respect Lawless. He holds it. He fucking holds it. I love it.
Listen, what I have said time and time again about this style of football is if you're losing, if you're not winning games, if it's not effective, it's unacceptable, right? Now it's effective. I can accept it. And who said that he's going to give David Moyes a chance this season? This guy. Before a ball was kicked, I said Moyes gets a chance. I would rather move on, but David Moyes gets a chance. And guess what? Big Tim Stuyton is in town. Big Tim, put some respect on my technical director because he's getting the players in, he's getting things done. And people had the flavor of Newcastle, Villa, Brighton, all these teams that Potts likes to wank off because they're the new kids on the block, right? We've been here. We had a shaky season and we still won a trophy. And we're still here, people. Oh, I don't think it's disgraceful to put West Ham 10th. I don't think there's any shame in that, Potts was saying yesterday.
It's not.
I'm just saying.
Why? Can I ask, on that point, can I please ask the panel and people in the chat why it is a disgrace to predict that West Ham can get a top half finish by finishing 10th and be told that is an absolutely... you're underestimating how good that we are. This is a disgrace that you can't put us in the conversation.
I had him backtracking in voice notes last night, by the way. I had him backtracking because he said...
leak him.
Yeah, I'm going to have to leak these because 1 minute he's saying, you're not finishing above Brighton, you're not finishing above Villa, you're not finishing above Spurs, you're not finishing above Newcastle. Then he goes, well, why is it a shame to say you're going to be in the mix with those teams? I'm not saying you're going to be in the top 4, but you'll be in the mix with those. So now we're in the mix. Now you said us de facto...
In the mix with Spurs, Chelsea, Brentford. That's what I said. Brighton, Villa, those guys. Not in the mix with Newcastle, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, United. You think that's a disgrace for me to not put you in the mix with United, Liverpool, Newcastle and Arsenal?
No. You didn't have us in the mix with Villa and Brighton. You had us decisively beneath them.
Yeah, I do. That's my prediction. My prediction is you'll come 10th. Why is that a crazy prediction? You come 15th last year, brother. Or 16th last year, wherever the hell it was you come. Now I'm putting you in the top half, and it's a disgrace. Where's this coming from?
You lot thought I was crazy to say that we could get top 7. I had a 7.
Does anybody on the panel, apart from this loon, think that West Ham will finish higher than 10th? Right. Okay. Dan United is the only one.
I'm going to say the reason I'm
disgrace. You're all a disgrace.
It's because he.
Low key, what they've done, West Ham, all of a sudden their transfer window is looking decent.
Yeah,
It's looking decent.
but then that means now though the pressure's on though. So if West Ham don't perform the season, come the end of the season, what's the excuse going to be? You've got every player that you wanted.
Give it till fucking January. Don't even give it till the season. Give it till fucking January, and he'll be spitting feathers, and he'll be Moyes back out, and that'll be all we'll hear for weeks and weeks on end.
Brighton. The pressure's on Villa because they're the fashionable teams. They're the teams everyone's wanking off right now, right?
But West Ham, Lawless, West Ham are in Europe as well. This is what I don't get.
Yeah, but we're under the radar. No one has any expectations.
You just won the European Conference Cup. How are you under the radar?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Hold on. How are Villa and Brighton expected to do more than European winning champions West Ham? And you just signed like 4 or 5.
Ask the panel that. Ask the pundits.
No, I'm asking you.
Right?
I'm asking you.
I'm
What's
not
your answer?
Listen, I'm saying, yeah, okay, you can have a good season, yeah, but to sit here when you've been here for 5 minutes, yeah, you finish above us for the first time in your history, right? I can't back that
up. As
it
was Pete last season, he was saying that too, mate. Don't take
I haven't got the data to back that up, but I'm going to say it. Like, first time in your history, Villa finishing above us for the first time in donkey's years, and all of a sudden, the chests are puffed out. Villa are here to stay. Brighton's here to stay. West Ham are old news. No.
Who said that?
I don't accept that.
Nobody said West Ham are old news.
You're making it. It's an absolute fallacy that this fraud has made up in his own mind. He needs some level of
worst season in a long time.
Bro, I allow it. West Ham, yeah, has had a good start to the season. I said, and I'm in the same camp as Daniel. Yous have done the Uno reverse card on a transfer window because where Liverpool started good and we're finishing poor, you might have started poor and now you're finishing good. And to be honest with you, that is probably the way around that I'd rather see it. I'd rather see the lads come in that you need, that you know, not necessarily reinforcements.
Oh my God, thanks for reminding me. You're in the fucking mud, man. You are in the mud. I've just
scrap it. I'll just stick to the agenda. Use a shit. That's the be all and end all.
Bird's eye potato waffles. You are, mate. Because
Lawless, let me ask you. Can I ask you one question?
I'm coming back to you, where I ain't forgotten you.
No, Lawless, let me ask you one question. If you were to finish 10th this season, yeah, would you be happy with that?
No. If we just finished 10th, yeah, if we just finished 10th, nothing else, I wouldn't be happy with it. I wouldn't, be completely against it. I think that Moyes doesn't get his contract renewed if we finish 10th. For me, that's where
15th in an FA Cup. Would you take it?
What?
No.
15th
no, he doesn't
in
want
an
to finish
FA Cup.
15th. He said no to me on that.
Well, yeah, of course I would take it, but this is Potts' thing. Potts is trying to offer me shit he can't offer. He don't have the FA Cup.
You were battling relegation last season, though. You were battling relegation last season.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
We won a trophy. We got
they're fighting relegation last season, but putting them 10th is a disgrace.
Yeah, so that's an improvement on last season, and you're still mid-table.
Honestly, where do you think you're going to finish the season? So you don't think Potts is right by saying that you're going to finish 10th? What position do you put yourself in?
I had us on the prediction show 7th, right? But listen, I have to address Errol's stupid comments because I addressed them time and time again. Errol sat there and said, "You've shot yourselves in the foot because you haven't taken less money for Declan Rice. You should have taken less money, lad. You should have accepted 80 mil for Declan Rice. Yeah, but you held on. You shot yourselves in the foot. Now you can't get players in, lad. You could have got your players in. It was like when you go and you shoot your load off too early, son. You should have held on to your load and all of that, right? And what happened? We got the quality players in, mate, and we're starting the season well. Oh, guess what? We didn't have to sell Declan Rice for cheap and sell him earlier. Look, we had the hardest run. Well, I'm not going to say I think Newcastle have had a harder run, but we've had one of the harder opening runs in the league. Arsenal have had one of the easiest. Yeah, they're looking up at West Ham. We're looking down at them, right? Let's not forget that. That's a really tough.
How many points? How many points is there between us that we're looking up at?
Don't matter. That point.
Okay, I just wanted to throw that back at you. That's all.
Guess what, Potts? Right? If you lose the league by goal difference, do you sit there and go, "Well, how many points have we lost the league by?" No, you don't get a fucking trophy.
No, because it's 38 games in, brother, not 3.
I'm just saying, we've started the season, and that means something because you build
We'll come to Arsenal. I've got a lot to say on it. Yeah. But you saying that it's a disgrace to predict that West Ham can finish top half after being in a relegation fight all last season, just because you've won a Conference Cup, which you seem to think you can throw bully under the bus with. It's mad for me. So I don't think it's a disgrace.
Swept up in the new boys all the time, the new teams that come on and they start like.
Don't forget your station though. At the same time, Lawless. Like, don't forget your station. That's all I'd say.